Shalom, sisters, and happy Hanukkah, happy Feast of Dedication, happy Feast of the Maccabees, happy Festival of Lights, all of those things. We definitely want to start off by giving all praise and honor to the Most High Yahweh. We do so through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus. Just want to stop and do a short video just to encourage our sisters. There's been some things that I've been seeing on social media that I really wanted to address, but I wanted to make sure I addressed it through this platform and to the Daughters of Zion, just so that it can be edifying and profitable to our sisters. And also because I don't like to do a whole bunch of hopping on social media. That's not really my thing. I post a little bit of stuff here and there, which I'll be happy to go ahead and put my different handles down here so you guys can feel free to friend me and follow me on social media if you so choose. But anyway, so, what I wanted to talk about today is just happiness and using the wisdom that the Most High has given us, right? And focusing on the Ruach that we move in and focusing on the so-called energy and frequency that we put out there. Because these are the things that we put out, so these are the things that we attract, right? So, it's important for us to really be mindful of how we carry ourselves throughout the world, especially as the Daughters of Zion, because there's already so many different things stacked against us. As the Daughters of Zion, as women of Israel, the world is just set up in a certain way that is not necessarily for us, but basically against us. So, the posts that I have been seeing on social media have been very much so geared towards like happiness, but more so in spite of other people. So, and by that I mean, hold on, let me turn my volume down on my computer because it's a little bit loud on here. Okay, but yeah, so it's geared towards like basically despite other people, baby daddies and ex-boyfriends and things like that. And I'm definitely not saying that there's anything quote unquote wrong with feeling like, oh well, I'm gonna be happy, I'm gonna have happiness, I'm gonna find my Boaz or whatever. And really, you're not gonna find your Boaz. Boaz belonged to Ruth. You're not gonna find Boaz. And she didn't find Boaz, he found her. She was just strategically placed. That's why the people that you have along with you and rallying behind you and walking beside you and giving you a pat on your back and pushing you, yes, sis, that's right, go ahead, egging you on. That's why that's important, because Ruth was set up by Naomi, because Boaz was Naomi's kinfolk. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so it's important because, like I said, the ruach that we put off is the ruach that we attract, right? For instance, like I said, if you have seen my testimony video, then like I said, my husband and I, there was no kind of communication at all. He didn't even really come into my life until after I had completely submitted and availed myself to the Most High. As soon as my spirit changed, it attracted his spirit. It attracted the spirit in him that I needed, which was the spirit of my husband. Not whoever he could have possibly been. Because like I said, it's not to say that I might not have ever attracted him. Clearly, he was already looking at me. I mean, like I said, we knew each other from high school. We were already Facebook friends. Things like that. So, either way, that's kind of like a little bit of a digression in a way. But all to say, like I said, it's about the spirit in which you move and how we present ourselves. We have to look at how we present ourselves even to the Most High. Present yourselves as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable. Like, these are the least of the things that we can do. So we wonder why things are not working out sometimes in the way that we would ultimately want them to, for our future. Kind of, they really work out the way we intend for them to do, because they work out in what we want to happen. You want this man, you get this man. Now, he might not be exactly what you might really envision, but he is who he is. He is exactly who you want, who you be, oh God, just please let this, and you praying to Yahweh, and you praying to God, and for this man, oh, but and you get him, and then you like, oh, next thing you know, you praying, get me away from him. If you get me out of this, Father, I promise you I will praise your name. I will do what you want me to do. this, that, and the third, right? A lot of us, I can say all of us have been there, but a lot of us have been in that position where we pray for something to somebody and we got just that, and then it's like, ooh, Father knows best. I don't know best because I actually almost screwed some stuff up, right? But like I said, so I feel like it's important for us as the sisters of Zion and the daughters of Zion to really speak out and encourage our sisters to examine yourself, examine the Ruach in which you are moving, making sure that we are leaning and depending and moving in the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, making sure that we are moving and doing things in the way that the Most High would have us to do. And the only ways that we're ever going to know what that is and what that entails is to get into this word, stay in our scripts, and to really exercise what it is that's being told to us in the scripts, not just to read it in theory, but to also do the practical, to actually work out our soul salvation, work out these things, make these things happen. I might use that out of context. But read the word so that we know what the Most High would have for us to do, and then do what it says, So just like in Proverbs, the Proverbs woman, a lot of times I think we get more caught up on, oh, the Proverbs woman, a woman that fears the Most High is, more valuable than diamonds and rubies. And that's accurate. All that's accurate and biblical. However, Proverbs also talks about, like, a Proverbs woman is getting her behind up in the morning time. She's making sure her house is straight. She's making sure that she's out there doing something with herself, making some movements, making some strategies, making some plans, making some money. You see a vineyard, you see something that you want, go buy it. It's yours, sis. And then when the husband comes along, he'll obtain, respect and favor amongst the elders because of how on point you are as a woman, as that Proverbs woman. So I think it's important for the daughters of Zion to, in all that we're doing as we're healing, and that's really the more so the important part, I feel that really needs to be portrayed or brought over, is we need to take that time out and heal, because if you don't, you're going to let desperation move you. And if you move according to desperation, you are going to end up with the same dude in a different body. He might have some different attributes. He might have some things that's a little bit better than the last one, but you're going to end up with the 2.0 or the 3.0 of the Negro that you was already with, that you've already been with, the one who already didn't do what he was supposed to do, who already didn't cherish you and honor you like he should have. Because that's just like to a lot of these the daughters of Zion who have husbands already. Because some of these so-called husbands, some of these so-called men, they're not doing what they're supposed to do by the Bible either. And it's true. Because if your husband is not loving on you and respecting you and encouraging you and lifting you up, he does not love you the way he's supposed to, because he's supposed to love you like he loves himself. He's supposed to love you as the Mashiach loves the church. And so if he's not doing that, because I'm not saying that your husband is never going to get on you. I'm not saying that your husband is never going to tell you something, rebuke you. I'm not saying that your husband is never going to tell you something that you might not want to hear. I'm not saying that, because a good husband is like that. He's going to tell you some things that's probably not going to tickle your ears, probably going to piss you off, but it's to help you. It's not to hurt you. And if you have a husband who's not doing that, then you definitely need to go before the Most High. You definitely need to be praying. And you definitely need to be able to communicate to him these scriptures. I'm sorry. And I hope that I'm not out of order. And I will definitely go through my scripts and I will read and I will make sure. But in no way, shape, form, or fashion should your husband be mistreating you. And in no way, shape, form, or fashion should you be setting yourself up thinking, oh, I'm about to just, all of a sudden get a husband and then I'll become a wife. No. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtaining favor. That's the Bible. That's the book. He finds a wife. He doesn't find a woman, a good woman, or a woman, and that's a good thing. No, he finds a wife, a Yah-fearing woman. No, he finds a wife that fears the Most High. He finds that virtuous woman. He finds her. So, like I said, it's levels to this. I definitely say read Proverbs, but that's not the only one. But if you don't have any other type of Bible, get your good old fashioned King James Bible. Most of them, mine is a little bit different from some people's Bibles, But they have precepts all through them, and you can see them. Hold on, let me see if my camera's gonna adjust. You can see how they listed. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you get the point. You see the precepts right there, and then within the scripts you'll see the letters, and that's how you correlate it. It's like a key, kind of. But yeah, so get into your word, get into these precepts so that you know what the Most High will have for you. You know how to prepare yourself. You can go to Habakkuk 2:2, and it'll encourage you to write the vision and make it plain. And this way you know what you have going on. You're like, dang, not only have I made this plan, I've strategized it, I've outlined what I'm going to do, and boom, I can do it. And that translates over into all parts of your life. It doesn't have to just be about men. It doesn't have to, everything. And that's something else that I really want to really get over to us as the daughters of Zion. Everything does not have to rest on a man. Because if your focus is on a man and not the man, which is the Most High, first and foremost, focus on him. Submit to the Most High first. Submit to his will completely. Get into your word. Trust him that he's going to do, because like it says in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the thoughts that I have for you. You know, he literally talks about bringing us to an expected end. That means, like, not only do I have plan, I have strategy. Like, I know what I'm doing. I already had this thought out, and I had this planned out, and I know what's to come. All I need you to do is be obedient, pretty much. That's really the majority of what the Most High is requiring of us, and the reason why we, as well as our ancestors, have been under so many curses is because we refuse to be obedient. He'll tell us something, he'll lay it out flat out. If you look in this Bible, it tells you how to pray, it tells you how to worship, it tells you how to be a wife, it tells you how to be a mother, it tells you what to do when you're on your cycle, it tells you what to do after you have a baby, it tells you everything that you need to know. But it's us that don't make the decision to follow the will and follow the rules and regulations and laws, the statutes, commandments, the strategy. We don't follow what the Most High set out in front of us, and then the first thing we do when we get into trouble is what? Oh, y'all, please get me out of this. When you've gotten yourself into it, and just like the good father that he is, he gets us out of it. And so I'm just here, like I said, sis, I'm just here to encourage us today, because it's not just you. Because like I said, though, yeah, I have a husband, all praises to the Most High. I have a great husband, hallelujah. But it's not just about men. Like I said, I was just motivated by some social media posts that I was seeing by one of our sisters in Zion or whatever. But it's not just about that, because these same things translate over into other parts of our life, whether that be a career, whether that be how we bring up our children, whether that be how we keep our household, whether that be weight loss, whatever. You know, it translates over, because everything requires a strategy. Everything requires discipline and a plan, that requires you putting the Most High first. And not just, and I'm not saying anything that's necessarily wrong with, because sometimes that desperation is necessary when you're desperate after the Most High. Not after this other stuff, though. Some of this other stuff is just like, because if you let desperation move you, especially when we're talking about a man, a career, any of that stuff, you're going to be on the hook. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that in a terrible way. You're going to be on someone else's hook. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to end up with a man just to say you have a man, because the next thing you know, you'll be happy for those 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months, maybe 2-3 years. And the next thing you know, what? You're back on social media. Back on social media posting again, sis. And it's like, and I really mean this with love and respect. Get off of social media so much. Social media is honestly not the biggest helper. And I'm not saying don't be on it at all, because some of our sisters in Zion have nobody. And that's why I've said in previous videos, if you want to talk, if you want to talk, if you want to pray, if you just want to just have dialogue, whatever it is, there's literally Daughters of Zion Network Daughters of Zion Network at gmail.com. email me, sis. I'm here for you. This is not just a YouTube thing. This is not just a social media thing. This is literally real life because I love my sisters and I want the best for our sisters in Zion. It's hard out here for a lot of the daughters of Zion because a lot of the daughters of Zion are alone, which a lot of that's talked about in Deuteronomy. You know, estranged from parents. You don't have a good relationship with your mom. You don't have a good relationship or don't know your dad at all. Some of y'all don't. Some of us, I have brothers and sisters, you know. But some don't have brothers or sisters. Some only have brothers, you know. And I'm not saying I'm going to be some big echo chamber because I'm not. If I don't actually agree and if it doesn't actually line up, I'm here for you and iron sharpens iron and that's what I'm here for. So feel free, sis, to comment, to email me, and I'm gonna make sure that I put the right email address because I think that's what it is, Daughters of Zion Network at gmail.com. And y'all, I'm winded because I'm 9 months pregnant and this baby is leaning on every single organ that I have. The weather is changing. It's stuff falling from the trees, so I have fall allergies. So y'all bear with me. I can breathe, but I'm talking to y'all, so it's taking a lot out of me too. But I don't want this video to be super lengthy, and I thank y'all, you know, to the sisters who have made it this far and just watching this video and listening to me. I pray that, you know, if there's something that you guys want to talk about, put that in the comments, or like I said, email me. That's fine. If you want it to be a little bit more anonymous, whatever the case might be, you know, interact with me. That's exactly what this page is for. And if you have a page and you want, you know, just leave it down there in the comments. I will subscribe to you. I will comment. I will like. I will share. That's what it's all about. We have to be our own tribe, sis. We have to. We have to rally around each other and rally around what is right and what is righteous. Because I'm not rallying around any mess. Now, that's the truth. Just like I wouldn't want you to rally around any mess. I wouldn't want to just give you some mess. I want you to, I pray that this is going over well and it's going over how my heart and how my Ruach or spirit is really meaning it. Because I mean it in the most love and encouragement. We really have to be focused on what it is that the Father would have for us to do. Be about our Father's business, because every daughter of Zion is not married. Every man that you meet in this truth is not in this truth. You know, it's a lot that we still have to decipher through, and you're going to need the Most High to help you, you know, to put your blinders up and to remove scales at the same time. And that's a lot. That's something that only the Most High can really do. You like, dang, how's that going to work? Because I need him to put my blinders up. And I also need him to remove the scales from my eyes. So that's a lot you can't do it yourself, sis. I couldn't do it myself. Avail yourself to the Most High. Submit yourself unto the Most High. And if you need encouragement, reach out to, maybe not all, but reach out to a sister in Zion, even if it's not me. It doesn't have to be Raya. Who am I? I'm just Raya. Plain old Raya, you know. But reach out to some of the sisters in Zion and get that system, get that tribe around you, because it's important to have somebody who you can just be like, hey sis, you know, I just needed some, you know, quick prayer. I just needed to bounce some ideas off of you, sis. I just needed to you know, because everybody can't afford therapy. You know, some people might not have such a strong prayer life, and you need that person, that sister, that'll be able to say, well, listen, sis, I'm here for you. And if we can't do anything but sit here and do the model prayer, Abba, Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know, that's important. That's an important prayer to do daily, you know, if not for anything other than ritual. Fasting. I mean, I'm pregnant, so I don't do a lot of fasting right now. But fasting, because some things only come through fasting and prayer. There are some things that only come that way. And so that's something that can help you in more than one way, because it's like, shoot, if I'm making sure that I'm fasting and I'm praying and I'm taking my time out, you know, a couple of times a week or a month, and I'm turning that plate over, and instead of eating a physical meal, I'm eating this word of the Most High. I'm filling myself up on his word. and his will and what it is that he would have for me, I'm doing that. Instead of fast food, I'm fasting. Yeah. It's going to work out for you, sis, but it takes that diligence. It takes that Ruach. It takes that spirit that says, you know what? I have a spirit of stick to it. I have a spirit of righteousness. Because when you do, these are the things. These things will have if it's a husband that you desire, these are the things that will have your husband sitting back. You know, maybe even if he find, because I'm not knocking social media. That's precisely where my husband and I linked up. Now, we knew each other from high school, but where he was able to find me again, or period, really, because he was a big deal in high school, so he didn't pay me any attention. But anyways, but he was able to find me on social media, and it wasn't until he was looking at me for a while before he decided to speak to me. That's long before we even start courting. And then he's like, I saw you, and I saw, how you carried yourself. I saw the head wraps, and, I just thought, oh, I got to get myself together before I even say anything to her. And I was flattered. I was just like, oh, all praises to the Most High. I'm nobody. I'm just, Raya, regular old Raya from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, big hoop earrings. You know what I'm saying? Just out here doing my thing. Just, doing my best to live for the Most High. And I wasn't going to half step, and I didn't. And he saw that. So like I said, it's just like even if it's career, that's still okay. Because they'll see. It doesn't matter. I remember working at Circle K gas station. And when I went to my interview, I wore a suit. Well, not like a suit. Not like a three-piece suit. But basically, I wore a nice blazer and a nice length skirt. And that was years ago. That was before I was even in the truth. You have to dress. And basically, I'm saying all this to say, you have to portray and put out and be who you are before you are that thing. That's why they say dress for success. Dress for success. And then you end up years later, you starting off at a job that's paying you maybe $1 or $2 above minimum wage, to now you're working in a job that's paying you more than you've ever gotten paid in your life, like me. I work in a corporation, a financial corporation or financial institution where I get paid more money than I've ever gotten paid in my life. I spoke to the Most High and said I wanted to work from home. And I believed that was going to happen. And guess what happened? I work from home. I said I was going to homeschool my children. And I have a daughter with special needs. And I have a son who needed more hands-on attention because the public school was failing both of them. Not literally failing, like grade-wise, but failing them in terms of what they were providing. And then you get to spend 8-9 hours out of the day with my child, and you're not even doing for them what needs to be done. What I can do for them in 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day, y'all weren't even doing that, and y'all spending 8-9 hours? No. I'm having to undo things that they learned all through school. And they're only 9 and 10. You see what I mean? But like I said, it's just like once you start to be these things, you start to speak these things, you start to strategize these things, you start to, you have to think about it, you have to pray about it, you have to write it out, you have to plan it out, strategize it, outline it, and then execute, sis. And I believe in you, and I know that you can, because if I can do it, and like I said, this is not taking anything away from me or anything taking away anybody who the Most High has made me to be. But I'm just Raya. I'm just plain old Raya. No bells, no whistles, just plain old flat out Raya from North Carolina. That's it. Nothing separates me from you, sis. Anything that I can do, you can do, because we do it all through the power of the Most High Yahweh. Through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. Hallelujah. That's it, And so I want to encourage you. Like I said, I know this video was not supposed to be long, y'all. And I see right now it's already about to be 25 minutes or more. Sorry. It wasn't supposed to be long. I hope I wasn't rambling. I pray that this video has been something that is able to edify you. And I pray that it's something that is profitable to you. And I pray that it's something that will have you to think. And even if it's not for you, and you say, you know what? I have a sister that need to hear this. I have a sister that needs to hear this. I need to share this to social media, because it's a couple of girls on my social media that need to hear this. Please share it. And if not, you don't have to. You don't. You know. I think that I'm gonna stop saying like, share. You know, because I want you to do things as the Ruach moves you to do them. I don't want you doing it just because I'm saying, oh, go like, go share, go. No, because that may not be what the Spirit will have you to do, and that's perfectly fine. But what I want us to focus on is to seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and all His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto us. And that's a husband, that's a job, that's children, that's whatever. And it doesn't matter what it is, because there's nothing that's too big. Literally, the word talks about He can do exceeding abundantly above all the things that we could ever ask or think or dream, any of that stuff. The Most High is able to do it, but we have to make sure that we submit ourselves unto Him. And anything that He does not do, anything that's in His will to do or not to do, it's His will. And we have to say, you know what, thank you, Most High, because you know best. Many times we want to question the Most High. Oh, why? You know, why this, why that? I had a typical child, typical healthy little boy, and then literally the next year I had a very still healthy but special needs child with challenges. Same mother, same father, you know, no differences. Didn't do anything crazy throughout my pregnancy. There was nothing. The Most High has His way of doing everything. It's important for us in all things to give thanks and say, Most High, what would you have me to do with this opportunity? What would you have me to do with this? Back to the very, very, very original point of this whole video is don't spend so much time trying to be happy and trying to achieve this, that, or the third to spite somebody else. I'm going to prove to you, prove to yourself, prove to you and prove before you, prove to the Most High that you can trust me with this. Because if you do a lot with a little bit, your brain will blow up. If you start to see the things that He will begin to endow you with because of how you were faithful over a few things. That's also biblical. You be faithful over a few things, He will make you rule over many. He can do it. The Most High has all power in His hands. All power. Way more power than we could ever even imagine. We think we know. We have no idea. So, sisters, like I said, I just wanted to come on here for a little bit. I know it's been long. I know this video is about to be like 30 minutes, y'all. I didn't mean to hold y'all. If you've made it to this part, all the way to the end, I really thank you guys and appreciate y'all, because I know, like I said, I know it's Hanukkah. I know it's the Feast of Dedication. I know it's a lot going on in Zion. We are ripping and we are running. We are preparing meals. I know I'm about to, you know, when I get off of here, I'm about to run into this kitchen and start putting my meal out for my babies and for my husband. He's actually at work right now. But you know, getting everything together so that when my husband walks into the door, his dinner will be ready. My kids be able to sit down and eat. So I know it's a lot going on because it's a busy time of year. What can we say? But if you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you so much to all my subscribers. Thank y'all so much for subscribing. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You know, this is a new page, and I know that it's a lot to siphon through. To anybody who's new to the truth, I'm like, look, I know what it's like to be looking for pages and looking for information and looking for, when do we keep this feast? When do we keep that feast? When do we do this? When do we do that? How do I do this? So it's a lot more videos to come. My next one, well, I'm not going to say my next. Some of my videos that's coming up, I'm going to be doing some DIY videos on fringes, like adding fringes to clothing, and probably going to do some rap videos. And just, you know, just simple things, anything, any ideas that you guys have, put it in the comments, email me, any of that. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, we are here for each other. I'm here for y'all. Y'all are my sisters. I love y'all so much. And I pray that this video was edifying. Like I said, if you don't take anything else from this video, I pray that you take this. Happiness starts with you. Go to this word, see what the Most High will have for you, and be happy for real. Be happy in Yahuwah first. First. What it is that the Most High Yahweh will have for us to do that first, and then you'll get that real happiness. Don't do it to spite someone else. If you want to prove a point to somebody, prove a point to yourself, prove a point to the Most High that you deserve every single opportunity that He gives you, because it is in Him we live, breathe, move, and have our being. It is in the Most High that all those things happen. That's Acts 17 and 28. And I also referenced Jeremiah 29:11 in this video, and I also referenced Habakkuk 2:2, and any other ones I can think of, I'll make sure I put them in there, y'all. But like I said, I didn't mean for this video to be long. Like I said, I really am 9 months pregnant and huge and fat and can't hardly breathe. But I wanted to really get that and point out and really encourage our sisters. So I pray that I did that. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, y'all. I love y'all. And Shalom. Again, happy Hanukkah. Happy Feast of Dedication. And I can't wait to see all y'all's videos because I know they're going to be so dope. So I'll probably put this up, and I'll put up another couple of videos just showing off our decorations and stuff like that. So y'all have a great day, a great night, a great feast. And I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. All right. Shalom.